Good morning. We are making ham stock, an onion, 3 bay leaves, a teaspoon of thyme, a stalk of celery, and 1 carrot is the base of the ham stock. And we are using a leftover ham bone with some ham still attached, leftover ham from Easter, so this is the perfect way to use up your Easter ham. We are making split pea soup. This is a long process, but I think it is well worth it. It's a long process, but it's actually not that many ingredients. As you saw, it was pretty basic with just a few vegetables. So just coarsely chop the carrots, coarsely chop the celery, and coarsely chop the onion. Add it to your stock pot with your ham. And the spices was 3 bay leaves and a teaspoon of thyme. So once you have everything in the stock pot, you want to cover it with water. You want 2 inches over the meat, so that's how much water you want in it. And then you put it on the stove and you cook it for around 3 hours. So what you do is you bring it to a boil, and then once you have it at a boil, reduce the heat to medium and let it cook for 2 to 3 hours. You kind of have to, at that 2-hour mark, you want to look at it to see if the meat's falling off the bone. Every ham is going to be different depending how much meat you have left, so you really just have to check it yourself. Ours ended up cooking for 2.5 hours. So now, as you can see, Robert is fishing out the bone, and now we're going to strain it because this is just the ham stock part. We're straining out all of the vegetables and the ham that has fallen off the bone. So strain it out, and what you have left is a nice ham stock. So you pull out the pieces of ham. This is the stock right here, and then pull out the pieces of ham. You don't want the ham to go to waste, and we are going to finely chop the ham and add it to the split pea soup later. But the leftover onions and carrots, we just ended up throwing it away. And so then you take your stock, and you want 10 cups of stock. You also Here are the bag of split peas that we're going to use. Grab another carrot, grab another onion. This time you only want a 1/2 cup of carrot and a 1/2 cup of onion. And you want to really finely chop them. Really finely chop your carrot and onion. And you are going to saute your onion and your carrot in a teaspoon of butter for about 5 minutes. So going back to the stock, you want to measure out 10 cups of stock. Here's the ham. Robert finally cuts it up, and I think he ended up using a 1/2 cup, and then there were still some other ham pieces left he ended up eating. It's very good ham. But you just want some ham to add a little to your split pea soup. Here is the carrots and onions sauteing. I keep getting distracted about the stock. 10 cups of stock. We ended up having a couple extra cups, which we froze them because I'm not letting a good ham stock go to waste. So take your 10 cups of ham stock, add the onion and carrots, the ham, and the peas. You see the peas are in a strainer. You do want to rinse them first, as it says per the bag instructions. So rinse them, stir it all together, and now you cook this for another hour. So altogether, we ended up spending 3.5 hours on this process, but it's so worth it. Here's the soup done. Split pea soup. I know a lot of people don't like peas, but you know, this homemade split pea soup is so good. These are handmade croutons I made. If you ever got canned split pea soup, it looks kind of gross when it comes out of the can, and so it gives people like a bad perception of split pea soup. Make it, if you're willing to invest the time, make it yourself. It is so good. It is one of my favorite soups in the world. And I made Ruby Tuesday copycat croutons to go with it, I'll do a link down below. I like croutons in my soup. I don't know if it's just a thing I do, but I really enjoy that.